Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. We are here for the JV MoKan Winter Classic Championship game. The New Heights Cougars taking on the Columbus Titans. This game is a 1 o'clock tip-off. The varsity game is also against Columbus. That will tip off around 4 p.m. Look for a separate stream for the varsity game. Nolan Bruggeman taking the tip for the Cougars. We're underway. Quickly one to Clevenger. Titus Clevenger, early three. Challenge for the rebound. Falls to number 3 for the Titans. That's Cooper Reed, the freshman. Cougars open up in a trapping defense. Ball into the short corner for number 42, Roberts. Reed back up top to number 4, that's Howard. Howard to Reed. Over to the left side for DePratt. Howard looks in for number 42, Roberts. Off the bottom of the rim. Challenge for the rebound and jump ball called. The Titans have the arrow. Into the corner for number 15, DePratt. Back up top as Howard resets. Hinder leader tightly defending. Ball into the corner. Baseline drive by number 45, Bidwell. And he draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws. First foul called on the Cougars of the game. Called on Schumacher. I'm sorry, that was an and one. I missed the basket. I apologize. It wasn't an and one. He made both free throws. I was looking away from the screen too long. Titus Clevenger deflects the pass over the top by Howard. Out of bounds will remain. I guess I need to get a verification on the clock. Hey, ref, what's the correct clock? Huh? 10-minute running? Okay, it's a 10-minute running clock. Bruggeman takes a three-point shot. Rebound pulled down by Roberts. Trap, Schumacher, and Clevenger. Titans get it across the timeline. Down low for 42, Roberts, and basket's good. Titans take the early 4-0 lead. Schumacher into the corner for Clevenger. Looks down low for Schumacher and puts it in for the first 2 points for the Cougars. 6:42 on the clock. Ball ahead to the Titans. It is a 10-minute running clock quarter, which is interesting that they changed the format from the Monday games. Whatever. Foul called on Schumacher. That's his second. Oh, okay. So I guess I didn't miss a free throw. So with the running clock, they're doing a 2-for-1 free throw. Is that right? Are they doing 2 free throws? 1 free throw equals 2 points? I'm confused. I'm not sure. Titus Clevenger comes in and makes the basket. Clevenger steals. Into the corner. Hinterleader's almost able to save it. Steps on the line. Turnover back to The Titans. Okay, yeah, they did give that second point. So I didn't miss a free throw on the start. It was just the running clock format is going to allow just one free throw on fouls, and you get 2 points for the free throw. Baseline jumper by number 4, Howard. Rebound pulled down by Roberts, cleared by the Cougars. Hinderleader down the right side. Bounce pass into Clevenger. Clevenger goes for the floater, gets the rebound on the backside. Back up top to Barrett Bowen from 15. Rebound by Cooper Reed for the Titans. Quick outlet to Howard. Howard can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound pulled down by Bazzari. 3-point shot by Reed. Another offensive rebound for the Titans. Howard picks up his dribble, tries the entry pass. Brugman's there to deflect it away. Falls to Hinderleader. Bounce pass into Clevenger. Clevenger off the glass and in. And it's tied at 6. Ball stolen away in the press by the Cougars, but Brugman throws it over Hinderleader's head into the corner, and it's turnover back to the Titans. Ball into Howard. Hinderleader tightly defending. Howard picks up his dribble, gets it to the middle for Reed. Reed across the timeline as he sets up the offense on the right side. Back up to Howard. Entered into Roberts at the elbow. Over to number 45, Bidwell. Cooper Reed dribbles across, gives it over to number 23. That's Bazzari. Bassari across. Bowen read it but couldn't get there as the floating pass got over the top to Cooper Reed. 3-point basket, another offensive rebound for the Titans. And they'll go to the line for the one shot to make it 2. Take a look as the Titans are getting too many offensive rebounds for the Cougars' taste. Third foul on the Cougars here in the opening quarter. Short on the shot as Brugman pulls down the loose ball rebound. Gets it up to Clevenger in the short corner, bounce pass in for Brugman, and high off the glass and in, and the Cougars take the first lead of the game, 8-6. Hinderleader steals, and nice extension layup, timeout by the Titans as the Cougars now lead 10-6. We are here for the MoKan Winter Classic. This has been a fun tournament so far. The Cougars have been able to win the title on the boys' side each of the previous 2 years, and in the championship this year to make it a three-peat. Cougars in the full court press as we reset. Reed gets it into Bidwell. Back to Reed as he crosses to the right side, back up top to Howard. Reed all the way across to Bidwell at the top of the key. Hinderleader gets a hand on the ball, can't get the jump ball. Bassari back to Howard, over to Reed into the right wing. Bidwell back to Howard at the top. To Bidwell, pushes into the paint, loses control of the ball, and knocked out of bounds. Will stay Titans ball. Number 42, Roberts subbing out as number 22, Jace Pierce checks in the game for the Titans. Goes into Pierce, and Pierce couldn't control it. Howard trying to get inbounds, hadn't established position, touches the ball, and it's a turnover to the Cougars. Smathers to Clevenger up ahead into the corner for Hinderleader. Back to Smathers into the corner for Clevenger. Thought about the 15-footer, gives it over to Brueggemann. Evan Horton on the left wing nails the three-pointer with the roll. And the Cougars now lead by 7. Howard to Bidwell. Cougars trap. Clevenger gets a hand on and is able to steal. Bounce pass into Horton, back up top to Smathers. Smathers all the way across for Hinderleader. Bentley Hinderleader tries to get through traffic, loses the handle, cleared out to Horton in the corner for Clevenger for 3. And rebound pulled down by Cole Howard, the sophomore for the Titans. Reed to Bidwell into the corner. Smathers defending, back up to Howard on the right wing. Back to Bidwell. Smathers gets a hand on the ball. Bidwell looking for an option, and foul called on Smathers for the illegal contact on the arm. 4th foul on the Cougars here in this opening 10-minute running clock quarter. Oh, I'm sorry, they did say it will stop the last minute of each quarter, so 28.4 is the official time on the clock. Let's see if I can catch that to get it back to accurate. So Titans maybe trying to work for a last shot here. Number 22, Pierce. Ball gets knocked away and jump ball is ruled. Cougars getting in there to tie it up. 14 seconds on the clock. Clevenger jogging it up into the front court, over to Hinderleader. All the way across to Brueggemann. Into the corner for Clevenger. 3 seconds. Down low for Smathers. Turns with the floater. Or the baby hook, maybe you'd call it. And that is the end of the first quarter. Cougars weren't real clock aware there, as the time that pass down low was really too late for a quality shot. All right, so after the slow start and some confusion on my part on what the rules were for the game, we are holding a 7-point lead going into the second quarter. Cougars went into that press and have given the Titans trouble. Several steals converting into easy baskets. All right, 10 minutes on the clock. The Titans inbound to start the second quarter. Evan Horton comes up on the trap. Cam Marin's in the game also. Smathers gets the steal over to Clevenger. Clevenger looking for an angle, back to Smathers. Bad pass, handcuffed him. Howard gets the steal. Out to Pierce at the elbow, over to Howard from 10 feet. It's too strong as Barrett Bone gets a hand on it, but it can't control it as it went over the rim and kind of caught him unexpected. Out of bounds back to the Titans. Howard gets it in to Basari. Clevenger with a tight defense. Ball's deflected, but Howard's there to recover it for the Titans. Into Pierce at the elbow, looking for the switch. Clevenger again deflects. Howard able to recover. Back up top to number 44. Don't have him on the roster. Ball down low. Horton, last to touch, will stay Titans ball in the corner. Brandon Schumacher checking in for Brant Smathers. 8:30 to play in the first half. Running clock, as we said, except for the last minute. Ball in, Titus Clevenger steals. all the way up with his left, and a nice finish by Titus Clevenger, now leading by 9. Titans inbound, Cougars still in the press. Howard over to Pierce. Cam Marins there tightly defending. Ball into the front court to number 15, DePratt. And DePratt gets caught with taking an extra step. Turnover back to the Cougars. Number 42, Cannon Roberts, the freshman for the Titans, checking back in for Jace Pierce, the sophomore. All right, Clevenger and Marins in the backcourt. Clevenger jogging it across the timeline. Over to Horton on the right wing. Into the short corner for Bowen. Nice bounce pass into Marins on the cut. And the Cougars looking good in that offensive set. I'm not sure what happened there. Reset on the inbound. Clevenger there to steal. Wants the 3, and he got it. Titus Clevenger nails the 3-pointer and draws the foul. He'll get the and one opportunity for one. Titus Clevenger converts on the 4-point play. And Bentley Hinderleader subs in for him after Clevenger gets the steal, the 3-point basket, and the and one. 21-6 now. After an early 6-2 lead by the Titans, Cougars have really poured it on. Number 3, Reed into Howard. Back to Reed. I heard a whistle. Oh, he stepped on the sideline. Turnover back to the Cougars. It's hard to see with this yellow railing, but that sideline is a thick red border. Hinderleader at the top for the Cougars. Cam Marins at the free throw line. Bounce pass into Schumacher in the left corner. Back to Hinderleader as he cuts in, and 3 seconds in the lane called on Marins. Turnover back to the Titans. This is the first JV action for Marins. He's a freshman, but he's getting some varsity time. Ball stolen by Schumacher up to Cam Marins. Nice left-hand finish. $17-point lead now for the Cougars. Titans break the press. 44 thought about the 3-pointer. Bidwell back to Howard. Bidwell on the dribble drive over to Reed, I'm sorry. Into Roberts, back up top to Howard. Hinderleader defending. Hinderleader gets a hand on the ball. Roberts has to pick up. And timeout called by the Titans. 4:48 to play here in the second quarter. Cougars extending the lead after a early 6-2 lead for the Titans. Cougars now on a 21-point unanswered run. Take a look at that last steal and finish by Clevenger. They just drop off him. He wants the 3 from the corner and gets cleared out on the box out. Last basket was this nice contested finish by Cam Marins with the left hand off the steal from Schumacher. All right, into the front court, inbound for the Titans after the timeout. Reed over to Howard on the right side. Marins tightly defending. Into Boswell as he turns at the elbow and converts. And the Titans finally get back on the board after a big drought. Marins into the corner for Bowen. All the way across for Hinderleader on the right wing. He wants the 3. Rebound pulled down by Bidwell. Sorry, I called him Boswell last time, Bidwell. Howard with his left. Marion's tightly defending. Howard into the corner for 44, gets away with a few steps. Back to Howard as Henry Leader tightly defends. Up top to Reed. Reed with the left hand. Back to Howard. Over to 44, looks inside. And Brueggemann gets a hand in there to deflect it away out of bounds for the Titans in the corner. Howard inbounding. Finds Bidwell at the elbow. Bounce pass to the corner for Howard. Marins comes on the double with Bowen. Howard able to get it into Bidwell. Nice move to get to space. Oh, rims around and out. Marins there and got a hand on it. Can't control it out of bounds. Still will stay Titans ball. Howard back into Reed. Into the corner for Howard. Back to Reed at the left wing, and he nails the three-pointer. And the Titans have scored 5 straight after the timeout. Schumacher to the basket, draws the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Or I'm sorry, the 2-for-1 free throws, I should say. Take a look at this again as blocking foul is called. Didn't see a whole lot wrong by the defender there, but Schumacher gets the benefit of the doubt. And makes the 2-point free throw. A 14-point lead now for the Cougars. Howard across to Bidwell. Bidwell's been the nice spark for the Titans. Active on the ball in the paint, creating some opportunities. Howard through, tough shot off the glass. Clevenger in the paint gets the rebound. Outlet to Schumacher. Schumacher all the way to the basket, draws the foul, and one. And Schumacher go back to the line for another opportunity for a free throw, this time only counting for 1 point. Good job by Schumacher going through the pressure and finding an angle to the basket. Makes the free throw. Trapped in the corner. Howard's able to get through. In a transition over to Reed on the left wing. Reed wanted the shot. Hinderleader closes out on him. Into the corner for number 23, Bizzari. Shots on the floor. A good job by Brueggemann to recover it. Hinderleader tries to find the pass across the paint and deflected away by the Titans into the steal. Over to Reed on the left. Back to Howard. Bidwell. Reed with a shot fake, dribbles in, kicks it all the way back to the right side for Bidwell. Bidwell into the paint, back to Howard at the top. Over to Pierce for 3 from the left wing, and he hits it again. And I'm sorry, that's Reed, Cooper Reed. Brandon Schumacher again to the basket, and another layup for Brandon Schumacher, 3 straight possessions. Cam Marins gets the steal in with his left. And it's now 32-14, 20 seconds left here in the first half. Howard breaks through, Schumacher gets away with a foul. Howard from 8 feet pulls up and makes the jumper. 10 seconds remaining in the half. Clevenger across, Schumacher kicks it to the corner for Hinderleader for 3. Marins gets a hand on it, falls to Reed. And Reed chucks it, hits the upright support for the divider net. And that will do it for the first half. Cougars leading by 16, 32-16 as we go into the halftime break. All right, they have 5 minutes on the clock. We'll be back in about 5 minutes for the start of the second half. We'll send you through the first half recap. All right, we're back for the start of the second half. Cougars have the arrow. Clevenger, Smathers, Marions, Bruggeman, and Horton in the game for the Cougars. 10-minute running clock. Smathers on the right wing finds Marions. Tries to bounce it into Bruggeman, but off the middle of his shin, and turnover back to the Titans. Ball swung around, Reed on the left side. Reed takes the three-point shot. Rebound pulled down by Bruggeman. Good outlet to Smathers, ahead to Clevenger. Clevenger can't get the roll, and rebound pulled down by the Titans, Bidwell. Reed over to Bidwell as he crosses the timeline. Over to 23, that's Basari. Knocked away by the Cougars and out of bounds, will stay Titans ball underneath. Number 15, DePratt into Bidwell, and he finds an angle to put it in. Cougars quickly ahead. Clevenger on the right wing, picks up his dribble, looking for an option. Up top to Marions, over to Horton. Horton thought about the three. Inside to Marions at the elbow. Over to Smathers from the left wing. Offense rebound by Horton, out to Clevenger for three. And rebound pulled down by Roberts for the Titans. Bidwell out ahead. Clevenger reads it and steals. Clevenger all the way into the paint. Floater is good. Cougars in that 1-2-2 full court press. Bidwell over to Basari. Three-point shot rims out as Marions pulls it down. Outlet to Clevenger on the left side. Clevenger into the short corner, back to Marions for the three-pointer. Too strong. Bruggeman's able to kick it out to Marions, out to Horton for the baseline drive. And Evan Horton gets the nice runner for 2 more points for the Titans. Basari over to number 15, DePratt, stolen away by Smathers. And Brant Smathers all the way in for the layup for the Cougars. Largest lead of the day for the Cougars at 20 points. Reed picks up his dribble, gets it up to DePratt. Marions there tightly defending. DePratt looking for an option. Bounce pass over to Roberts. Roberts back to DePratt. Smathers gets a hand on it. Ruled last touch by DePratt, and ball will be the Cougars. Titus Clevenger subbing out along with Cam Marions as Bentley, Hinderleader, and Brandon Schumacher check in the game for the Cougars. Schumacher brings it up over to Hinderleader on the right wing. Smathers flashes high to Horton, out to Schumacher for three from the left wing. DePratt gets a hand on it and secured by number 23, Basari. Ball thrown away, deflected by the Cougars. Be inbounded on the sideline for the Titans. Brody DePratt inbounds to Reed. Back to Reed, hits him in the face. Horton's there for the steal. Tries to bounce pass it in. Schumacher tries to get on the floor for it, gets it back, looking for an angle. And timeout called by the Cougars as Schumacher couldn't find a path to the basket as they had 3 defenders there smothering him. So Cougars take the timeout to save the possession. Take a look at that on replay, as I don't know if we probably didn't get Horton's steal on that replay. It's just the 3, call it 4 defenders surrounding Schumacher. He's trying to find a pass, but there was nothing there. Smart call by Coach Long to take the timeout. 6 minutes on the official clock here in the third quarter. running clock except for the last minute of each quarter. This is a unique inbound that the Cougars do. 4 across. Looks more similar to an inbound, but a defensive side of the court inbound. Hinderleader, back to Schumacher. Over to Smathers at the top. Brigman wants the 3. Hinderleader gets a hand in there. Horton deflects it away, and the ball falls to DePratt. Ball up to Basari. Evan Horton gets a hand to deflect. Last touch by the Titans, out of bounds, back to the Cougars. Horton took some damage there off the throat from a flying elbow. Looks like he's okay. Schumacher jogging it into the front court. Over to Smathers on the right side. Into the short corner for Horton. Bounce pass into Brueggemann, and a nice finish by the Cougars on the set play with the cut. Bidwell up to number 1, that's Sloniker. Hinderleader defending, Sloniker trying to get it out. Gets it to Basari at the top. Marins and Clevenger at the table to check in at the next opportunity. DePratt back to Basari for 3, and he hits it. Hinderleader quickly out to Schumacher, goes baseline, kicks it back to Hinderleader for 3 in the corner, and ball off of Brueggemann back to the Titans. Smathers and Brueggemann checking out as aforementioned Clevenger and Marins check in for the Cougars. 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Bidwell down low off of DePratt's leg. Marins steals. Looking for an option. Gets it ahead to Hinderleader. Back to Schumacher for 3 from the left wing. And rebound pulled down by DePratt. Clevenger gets a hand in there. Gets called for the foul. First foul of the quarter on either team. Titans across the timeline, that's Basari. Thrown into Bidwell, deflected and stolen away by Hinderleader. Up ahead to Clevenger, and Titus Clevenger can't get it to fall. Marins taps it out. Congestion and foul called on DePratt as Marins comes away with a steal. Number 44 in the game, along with number 3, Cooper Reed. Marins to Hinderleader for 3. Too strong, long rebound. Clevenger gets to it and throws it off of Reed. Will stay Cougars ball. Nice save by Titus Clevenger. Marins to Clevenger, dribble handoff to Hinderleader. Over to Schumacher. Drives into the short corner looking for an angle, and nice scoop shot for the finish. Cougars with their largest lead of the game at 21. Reed across, Clevenger there gets a deflection to Horton. Up to Hinderleader, and a nice transition work by the Cougars. Cougars extending their lead. Ball up to Reed. Into the corner for number 34, that's Phillips. Marins goes for the steal. Bidwell able to secure it. Gets his own rebound and puts it in. Clevenger quickly out to Horton. Finds Marins on the cut. Marins with the runner and gets the roll. And Cam Marins will go to the line to complete the three-point play. Nice movement by the Cougars. This is that secondary break where you find the big cutting through. Marins gets the nice finish. Really nice transition by the Cougars. Cam Aarons makes the three-point play. Bidwell deflected by Marins. Hinderleader with a steal out to Clevenger. And Clevenger, tough finish with the left. Reed in the half court, into Bidwell at the elbow. Looks down low, Horton reads the bounce pass and kicks it. And timeout called by the Titans as Bidwell got on the floor to recover the loose ball. That was a little bit of Evan Horton's soccer training there to deflect the ball away. We have Judah Schumacher joining us in the booth. Judah, any news that you want to share? Nothing happening? All right, well, we'll give you guys a little Winter Classic graphic here. Oh, the clock didn't start, so we're gonna restart the play. 44.6 is on the official clock. Ball inside to Pierce. Bidwell gets the offensive rebound, puts it between his legs. Able to get it out, but stolen away by Clevenger. Titus Clevenger. Nice finish. Cougars leading by 28. Ball to the wing. Schumacher gets a hand on it, but goes through the body, gets called for the pushing foul. .22 seconds on the official clock. Bidwell being defended by Hinderleader. Back up top to Reed. Ball thrown away. Last touch by the Cougars. 11 seconds on the clock. Ball into Roberts. Hinderleader tightly defending on Roberts. Roberts picks up his dribble, gets it to Bidwell. 3 seconds. Reed for three. Ball's deflected, and that will do it for the third quarter. Nice job by Evan Horton there on the box out. You see, he rather than going for that rebound, he went to the box out and sealed off that offensive rebound opportunity. All right, we'll reset the fouls and the clock. 10 minutes remaining here in the JV game. Columbus has the arrow to start the fourth quarter. Marin, Smathers, Bowen, Bruggeman, and number 31, Grant Hernando in the game for the Cougars to start the fourth quarter. Hernando gets the deflection. Ball back to DePratt. Over to Reed on the right wing. Looking inside, Smathers deflects. Over to 44, Bowen there to deflect it out of bounds. Will stay Titans ball. top to DePratt. Over to Reed, able to keep it in. Smathers defending at the top. Back to DePratt. Looks inside for Bidwell. Loose ball. And last touch by the Cougars will stay Titans ball underneath. Cannon Roberts there to inbound for the Titans. Into 44, back up top to Reed. Over to the corner for 44 to Roberts. Smathers gets a hand on it. Loose ball, Smathers able to get it to Brueggemann. Out to Bowen and ahead to Marins. Marins spins in the paint and nice finish. Cougars now lead by 30, largest lead of the day. Hernando able to deflect. Bowen with the steal. Out to Marins. Gets it over to Brueggemann. Nice finish with the left by Nolan Brueggemann. The Titans had number 4 playing in the first half. Cole Howard, the sophomore, did a lot of the ball handling. Smathers to Marins, out to Bowen, gets his own rebound and tries to put it back with the left, gets the rebound again, draws the foul. Barrett Bowen will go to the line for the 2-for-1 free throw. What I was saying about number 4, Cole Howard, I believe we'll be seeing him in the varsity game. We saw him in both quarters of the first half and haven't seen him again in the second half. Bowen short on the free throw, comes in, rips away the ball, and puts it in for the basket. Barrett Bowen said he prefers the field goal over the free throw for a stat, so decided to get the steal and the free throw, or the steal and the field goal. DePratt back up top to number 42, Roberts. Over to DePratt, looking inside to Bidwell. Up top to Reed. Over to Roberts. Back up top to number 44 for the Titans. Inside to Bidwell. Nice seal by Bidwell. Draws the foul and makes the and one. Really nice seal here by Bidwell. You see he gets it on the underside of Hernando. That is the first foul of the quarter on the Cougars. Rebound pulled down by Bowen on the free throw. Outlet to Marins. Up top to Bowen, looks over for Smathers on the left wing. Back to Bowen at the top. Hernando on the right side. Gets it to Marins. Marins looks down low, gets it back up top to Bowen. Back to Hernando. Looks down low, nice find. Oh, nice play by the Cougars, as Brueggemann hadn't even landed yet when he caught that ball and found Marins on the cut. Marins finishes with an alley-oop as well. DePratt over to Pierce. Smathers gets a hand on the ball. Pierce picks up. All the way across for DePratt in the left corner. Fumbles the ball, able to get it back up to number 34. That's Phillips. Reed over to Pierce. Up top to DePratt. Back to Pierce on the left side. Smathers picks him up. Ball deflected to Marins. And Marins in. Oh, rolls all the way around and makes the 2-point left-handed layup. Timeout for the Cougars to make a sub as Evan Horton subs in for Cam Marins. Well, inside to Bidwell, could have been a foul. Bidwell gets on the floor and jump ball called. Cougars have the arrow. Evan Horton bringing it up for the Cougars. Over to Brugman on the right side. All the way across for Horton on the left wing. 3-point shot falls to Bidwell. Over to Phillips. Back to Reed. Up top to DePratt. Looking in for Bidwell at the elbow. Pierce picks up his dribble, gets it to DePratt on the right wing. Bowen gets a hand in there to deflect, knocked out of play, will stay Titans ball. Number 1, Logan Sloniker subbing in for the Titans as Thomas Bidwell, the freshman, checks out. Bidwell's been a workhorse for the Titans today. Sloniker, ball deflected by Smathers on the tight pressure. Will stay Titans ball. Barrett Bowen checking out of the game as Bentley Hinderleader is back in for the Cougars. Smathers deflects it to Hinderleader. Hinderleader out on the run. Left-hand finish off the, too strong off the backboard. Hinderleader steals as the Titans were trying to get into transition. Into the corner for Smathers from 15. Bruggeman gets a hand on it. Smathers comes in to retrieve it, out to Hinderleader for 3, and he nails it. Largest lead of the day for the Cougars, 29 points. I'm sorry, 39 points. Bruggeman out to Hinderleader. Jump stop through, high off the glass. Loose ball falls to Sloniker on the rebound. Into the corner, Horton defending. Sealed to DePratt on the low block. Pratt turns, good defense by Hernando. Rebound pulled down by Bruggeman. Out to Smathers all the way to the basket. Too strong off the glass, rebound pulled down by Reed. Sloniker into the corner for Pierce. Back up top to Sloniker on the right wing. Less than 2 minutes to play here in the JV Tournament Championship. Sloniker to the top of the key. Over to Reed on the left side. Thought about the 3 as Smathers closes out. Back to Pierce. Runner from 15, and he nails it. Hinderleader quickly out to Horton, back to Hinderleader at the top. Cougars reset. Smathers to the elbow, over to Hernando at the right wing. Ball swung across to Hinderleader to the top for Horton. Smathers looks in for Bruggeman, back up top to Hernando. Hernando tries to drive through. The double, ball deflected, and jump ball called. Cougars have the arrow. Or I'm sorry, must have missed a arrow there. Titans have the arrow. Reed over to Sloniker. .44 inside. Hernando deflects it, and Hinderleader gets the steal. 30 seconds to play. Cougars may just run it out here. Over to Horton, back to Hinderleader at the top. Sloniker goes for the steal. Hinderleader able to maintain it, and that will do it for the game. Final score, Cougars 64, Columbus 27. Well, we have a few hours. The varsity game will be at 4 p.m. We'll have a new stream for that. It should be up, ready to connect to, or you should be able to see it right now. We'll We'll go live probably around 3:50. And thank you all for tuning in. We'll close out with the second half recap. We'll see you at 4.